My ex cheated on me for our entire 3-year relationship and gaslit me nonstop. Hello. Recently I figured out the whole structure of a deceptive web of lies with someone I believe to be my partner/girlfriend. It took me confronting her ex to see things for what they were. My ex effectively was cheating on me the entire time when we were together for around 2 years, lying about it straight to my face and being so deceptive to the point where I was gaslit believing I was now losing my mind and had something quite literally wrong with me, all of which I brought up to her when something bothered me, etc. She was never going to confess anything, and she had never been honest with any of it. She hid until I lost my mind so bad that I confronted her ex, who had no idea about me either. She was essentially in alternating relationships with each of us, using both of us when convenient. I had no hard feelings to the guy and thanked him for relieving me from quite literally a demon that had been haunting me for months on end. Things never really added up, and when I would confront my ex at the time, the gaslighting was so strong I was never sure of anything at all by the end of it. You could have asked me what my favorite snack was, and I wouldn't feel sure. There were signs that I ignored and things that I should have listened to in my gut. I broke up with her once before as she was not really on board, but as I left her she would treat me better for several weeks and want me to be with her. There were so many things that she didn't treat me well with or just showed the signs of a user/abuser, etc. I chose to look past most of them because I thought that person could change. I thought that with my love and help, they would not be the emotional succubus vampire they were. A hard lesson to learn that I will never forget. After this all imploded, I sent her an angry message. A few days later I forgave her from human being to human being, as I did not want to carry any of this with me. I told her I could not be with her in any form. We were in contact for a time, but eventually she just became cold, distant, and would use me even though we remained friends. When I confronted her about this, we fully cut contact. On her end, it seems like when I did not want to be this use for her, she fully discarded me. Behavior she's shown in the past and webbed up with reasons of her own. Unfortunately now, because I've been dealing with this for 2 or 3 years now, I am quite lost. My feelings are somewhat damaged and I feel very broken as a person for having someone lie to my face for so long that they supposedly loved. I don't trust people anymore. I don't trust women anymore especially. I don't want to interact with anyone because I'm afraid of something like this happening again. I don't feel ready to date. Every day is a struggle and I am sluggish at times and then fine in the next moment. I feel literally traumatized from this whole event and like I will never be the same again. I don't eat as much anymore, I don't sleep much, constantly anxious, etc. I'm not sure what to do, to be honest. I work out, I stay busy, I see friends, I try to take care of my body and mind, etc. However, I just feel deeply hurt and wounded beyond repair and beyond distraction. I am not sure what to do. No amount of anger makes it better, no amount of time and space seems to help, no amount of rest, the heavy weights, food, other friends, etc. etc. It just feels like this event has somewhat altered my life. To me it seems like she is internally flawed and like something is wrong with her to be able to do what she did to me. Still, nothing seems to help me cope with the fact that she's done so much to me. Now look at some opinions by other Redditors. Lynn Fox comment. I thought a while before posting this, but it helped me a little, so why not? It's though love, no sure if that's what you need now. But I think that you need to address how she made you feel more profoundly than by pushing the thoughts away with more exercises/distraction. Onto the text I was talking about. How do I forgive the narcissist for all he's done to me? Alexis Friday answered August 25. I am going to be harsh because I think harsh is what's need to respond to this question. First of all, nothing happened to you that you didn't allow, and continue to allow for, insert amount of time here. You had reasons for remaining in this relationship too, and that's what you need to focus on. You need to figure out why the heck you allowed yourself to be treated like garbage, and why you were okay accepting so little in returning for giving so much. You need to figure out what the heck happened in your own life that made you pray, and then you need to fix that. You're asking how to forgive because you haven't forgiven yourself yet, and that needs to happen before you can forgive anyone else. You abused you too, you allowed that abuse, and you need to be able to forgive yourself for the sh*t you allowed to happen to you. You're not ready to forgive him yet, how can you possibly be? Do you even know why he targeted you? Are you aware of your weaknesses? Have you learned that this issue/relationship/encounter was never about them, it was always about you? You have so much work to do on yourself, you don't have no damn time to be worrying about him. Once you've taken care of you, once you understand you, once you've forgiven you, then you can do some other sh*t. You get to become a new and different you, one who would never hurt themselves by allowing someone else to hurt them. By the time you're done all that, my journey took a few years, but you could be more organized than I am, you'll see how easy everything else is. Your whole being has to be figured out after a relationship with someone with this disorder. Don't label yourself a victim or survivor or any of that, just become you. Don't let anyone tell you there was never anything wrong with you, it was them, trust me, it was you too. Do the work, fix yourself, get pissed and stay pissed at all the sh*t he did, but use it to fuel your desire to be stronger. Then forgiveness sort of seems silly, or it did to me, and here's why. The person I had been friends with for so many years didn't exist, and the person that did exist, she and I weren't friends. When I thought about it, I didn't even know that person, so when she did the discard, she really owed me nothing. I could forgive the being, but that would be like forgiving a child for crying after they have fallen down. The being was simply reacting to an event it encountered in its life. I had to go way back, like to when I was a kid, way back, to address my fear of abandonment issues. Then I had to work my way forward to empty out all the other crap that had built up over the decades. Man, that's not even the end of it, but I just don't want to relive it. However, by the time I found out about the NPD, I realized there was nothing really for me to forgive, not right away, it took some time, this was a being to mourn for. Emotions are what make us feel alive, the hurt, pain, love, desire, all that stuff that makes you crazy. Imagine never being able to feel that. Imagine every single time you thought you had found the love of your life, you hadn't, and you never will. Imagine not being able to be alone in your own thoughts. Imagine being hated by even you, so much, so that you'd rather anyone and anything but you. Op comment. Thanks for posting that. I appreciate that you did. I understand the premise of the text and feel it does apply to me, or at least did. These were part of the realizations I made over the past few weeks and end of the relationship. I'm not really sure where I'm at now, perhaps it's some kind of transition period. The BS is gone, but I still feel hurt, still feel used, still feel all that, etc. I also do mourn her because she is, well, damaged. Not helpful so much, I suppose. I have understood the mistakes of my past. But perhaps I have not forgiven myself in the present, and that is something I will think on further. Your post helped illuminate that. Thank you again. iFlap21. I think the comment above is a beautiful approach for getting through your trauma, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts with you. I don't think forgiveness is about thinking you are okay with what the other person did. I think forgiveness is about the acceptance that the past happened and it cannot be changed. I think forgiveness is about mourning that fragile, broken person you were when this all happened to you. Forgiveness is understanding that it happened, addressing it when it comes back to haunt you, and allowing yourself to become better, stronger, and smarter. The person who did this to you does not deserve your forgiveness because forgiveness is not about that person. It is about you letting yourself be a human being with dignity and power. I also want to say that everybody makes mistakes and understanding that making a mistake is alright. Yeah, you allowed this to happen, but you probably didn't know better at the time. I think it is important to accept this fact, because that is what will help you with moving forward in your journey. I know it is hard. It is also difficult for me to practice this. But I hope it at least gives you some hope and some positive thoughts for the future. Op comment. I appreciate the comment. What you've spoken about has also resonated in me with my ability to forgive a person, but not myself for making the mistakes I did and not seeing the forest for the trees, so to speak. I will think more about your words. Thanks so much. So now we end it here. We are very close to 500 subscribers. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for interesting stories like these.